Okay, we back. Let me tell y'all what I'm finna do. So I have a bunch of different papaya. That's two of the same papaya. That's a cucumber. Okay. What is this, oregano? I'm finna start you in something else. So, and I have more papayas than this. So I have Solo Sunrise, Waimanalo, and Solo Sunset papaya. And I got some more Waimanalo, I know I do. But this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna soak these papaya seeds before I plant them. I'm gonna try that because I hadn't tried it. I noticed that when people get papayas fresh and plant the seeds, they germinate so fast. When you do it like this, it seems like it takes forever for them to germinate because they're trying to hydrate and then germinate and then do all this foolishness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, like I said, I got some mushroom trays that don't have no holes. I'm gonna put a little water in them and I'm gonna hydrate these bad boys. Y'all tell me why my lemongrass ain't came back up yet. Is it dead? But anyway, we ain't finna worry about that. We gonna move on. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Oh, and I want to tell y'all my those twigs and stuff for the Cuban oregano and stuff. Child, that little stuff is just coming back. It looks so pretty over there. It's coming back. So I'll be able to dig that up and put that out in the garden hopefully very soon. I don't think I'm gonna put it in the spot that I put it in because Lord, it got so big last time, it shaded out everything. You know where I think I may put that? I think I got a spot where I may put it. It's the lemon drop melon seeds. Let me keep that together. Now it's funny how the wind blowing, but I don't feel now breeze over here by me. Oh, there's the breeze. Hello. I need to open these windows on this greenhouse. But anyhow, y'all, let me get the little containers and put these seeds down in there so they can start hydrating. Do I have some water? Yeah, I got some water in here. Because I can't be up in here and be trying to hydrate something that ain't got no water. What else do I need to do, y'all? Maybe I'll show y'all around the garden, the new stuff or the little stuff I got going on. I haven't even had my blackberries and raspberries in the ground that long. They already are responding well to being in the ground. They have started growing. Let me get my stuff. I'm just talking. Okay, y'all. Now see, I done went down now. I done went down there and played my own self. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. I don't want to lose track of which papaya is which. So I'm gonna hydrate them in their own little bags. We're gonna try this. How bad could it be, right? I'm gonna it'd probably be a holy mess. Let's see. Uh-oh, shit. Oh, excuse me, YouTube. Don't limit my stuff. Okay, so y'all see I got a little water in there. And then I'm gonna put that over in that bucket. And then when they look nice and plump, y'all know how a fresh papaya seed, y'all know how it look. It be all plump and soft, because you actually can eat the seeds. There's health benefits to the seeds. In case you all didn't know. I forget what they said the seeds do, but it's health benefits too. Believe it or not, a lot of these plants is health benefits to the seeds, because oh yeah, let me anyway, because a lot of people overlook the fact of how much stuff is in a seed. You know, you have everything to make that plant sprout to life. So, you know, it's a lot in there. But okay. So I have some Italian oregano, and these oregano seeds, I have tried to direct sow oregano so many times that I am completely and totally uninterested in trying to start oregano, trying to direct sow oregano. I'm absolutely and totally unmotivated to do so. So I have some seeds here, some oregano seeds here that I'm going to that's what I put in here. The bitter melon and what you call it. It's a little rainwater in this bucket, y'all. Y'all know me, don't know water go to waste round here. Don't know water go to waste. Y'all remember them bitter melon and stuff? I never did put no water in this bag, so they just been sitting in here dry. So it's no harm, no foul, because seeds just sitting in the paper dry, it's not gonna hurt anything. It's just like sitting in your seed container. I know one thing, this some good. Oh, this is Ziploc. Oh, this the name brand. Oh, okay. I see why you charge more. So I put more water than I needed, y'all. I'm gonna let this paper soak up what it's gonna soak up, and then I pour the extra water off. That's the way I do that. Actually, I'm gonna lay this down. It's better if you lay it down to where the paper's more in contact. But that's bitter melon and something else. I have forgotten what else. Let me get a container over here and sow these Italian oregano seeds. Look at this, just dust. That's like 1,000 seeds, dust. I'm trying to think. Oh, and I got an email from Josh. Y'all remember when I got those? Y'all remember when I got those dragon fruit cuttings? Baby, let me tell you, I was over here struggling. I was struggling. Let me get this container, y'all. Okay. He emailed me and out of the blue said he was gonna send me some more dragon fruit cuttings. Josh, I promised this time. I promised, because I didn't ask for no more cuttings. Because y'all know the Cole got the cuttings he sent, plus the seeds that I started. So I have some dragon fruit seeds that somebody graciously sent me that I'm going to start. But yeah, and I hated that because the dragon fruit were actually growing pretty decently, but I think I'm gonna be more mindful this time. I'm gonna be more mindful where I plant. Like, I think I planted them in a decent spot, but I think I could have planted them in a better spot. So I think I know of a better spot to plant them where they'll get even more sun. Because once again, and I'm also going back and forth to, do I want to just keep them in the greenhouse? The only thing with the greenhouse is, in the summertime, once all the leaves on the trees come in, the greenhouse gets sun and it's definitely warm enough. But, come on, paper. So good. Anyway, the greenhouse definitely is warm enough. I'm wondering, does it get enough sun? However, maybe I should start them in the greenhouse to get them nice and established, and then maybe move them. So I'm going back and forth in my head on that. But I'm determined to figure this out, because dragon fruit is so, like, I don't know if y'all saw Go Grow Taste one. And I know I tasted one on my channel too. She had never tasted one before, so that's why her tasting video was funnier than mine. See, I had tasted them before. Okay, I scattered those a little thickly. But like I said, these seeds is so like dust. These seeds are absolutely like dust. Let me tell you what them. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm down here just concentrating so hard. Okay, now, got the oregano seeds planted. You know what I'm going to do for poops and giggles? Ain't no spiders. You have to be careful when you say your stuff. Make sure ain't no spiders down in this stuff. Because you don't want to be going down in this stuff and you know, some creature be getting you thinking you good and you ain't. What I'm gonna do, since I got these lemon drop, and like I told you, she sent me plenty. She must have sent me all the seeds in the melon, which, hey, I don't mind. But I'm gonna take just 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did I grab 6 out of there on the first try, honey? On the first try. Okay, and I'm gonna drop them directly in some soil. Now let me say this. If these seeds, because these seeds, she got these seeds at like the end of 2022, the date is on there of when she got these seeds. I do suspect that the germination rate is pretty good on these. And you know what, Nature 9, I should have sent you some of these. Because he probably would have liked to, and it's not too late. Let me see what this say. I think this says 11/2022. It rubbed off on the side. So I'm gonna start 6 of those in the dirt, and I'm gonna see what the germination rate is on that, and see if they just come up better like that. Because like I said, I started them and a lot of them germinated, but they didn't come up over there like once I put them in the dirt. But anyway, yeah, so I got the oregano seeds, and I got this Space Master cucumber, and these seeds is so, as I like to say, me, I'm freaking old. I'm gonna start these as well. Because y'all, I'm really trying to weed out some of these old ass seeds. Y'all don't be understanding. Ooh, baby. This tray here so raggedy. You can just tell how raggedy something is when you go to pick it up. And when you go to pick it up, it just be tan. It just be tan up. Y'all, I have had these seed starting trays. I kid you not, it's going on 8 years. And I done got to the point where when one of the little things mess up, I just throw out. I just cut out the one and keep moving. Oh Lord, I really need to. I'm just really pitiful. That's all it boils down to. Just pitiful. Just pitiful. But anyway, I want to ask y'all this question as I plant these. Have y'all been getting? Y'all been watching Eric Mays, the dude that's the Flint Ward 1 city councilman. Have y'all been watching him? Because I know he's starting to make the rounds on the internet, and I'm gonna be honest and tell you, I don't even know how or why YouTube recommended him, but thank you, YouTube. That man is so doggone foolish. It don't even make sense. And he be giving these people a run for their money. You know. But yeah, Eric Mays is something else. And he also, I really do believe Eric Mays is gonna be the reason why younger people either get involved in politics or become more interested in politics. Because I hate to say this, people gonna think I'm crazy, but just follow what I'm saying. It's not that I like politicians, or hold on y'all, I got to count. Okay. It's not that I like politicians. It's not that I think that they're great people, because I generally don't. I don't think all of them are evil, but they're not like gods. Like if you ask me, the person who I look up to is not gonna be a politician. But politics affects every aspect of your life, whether you want it to or not. You ain't got no control. I don't know nobody living like Tom Hanks was in Castaway on an island by themselves, and is self-governing themselves or whatever. Politics is going to affect you, especially if you live in America. Now, well, hell, I feel like if you live in anywhere really, it doesn't matter third world country or not, first, third, whatever you want to call it, it's going to affect you. So, and I found that the younger generations, see, my mother was a voter. My mother was an avid voter. My mother used to take me with her to vote. Like, I remember vividly how the voting machines would change. Y'all remember who old enough to remember the voting machine where you pulled that lever? It had a lever that you pulled down, almost like you was at the casino. Who remember that? See, I remember vividly my mother would put in her vote and she would let me pull the lever. Or who remembers when they had that little thing, it was a paper ballot, but you punched. It had a little pointy thing, and you used to punch through your paper ballot who you wanted. Then I can't remember how you actually cast your vote. Did you get the thing out of there and cast? I can't remember, but I remember you used to punch through that paper ballot to mark your vote. And then they went to the more digital stuff now, because around here now is where they got two different kinds. In my area, if you go early vote, they have the most, I think the most recent voting machine where it's all digital. It's like a touch screen and you press the button and cast your ballot and gone. But then with my regular voting, is a little bit, the machine's a little bit more archaic, but it's still like, it's not a LCD touchscreen. You still touch it, but it has a little bit of feedback. Like it's almost like you pressing a button. Like it'll have the names or the propositions that you voted on. If it's propositions, it'll have yes or no, whether you for or against. And if it's names, it'll have the boxes next to the names. And when you press it, a little X lights up, whatever you have selected, whether it's the name or yes or no, whatever. So what I'm saying is, I have been going with my mother long enough to vote that I remember all the iterations of these different machines and different voting used to be at my school. My mother would, I remember vividly, she would say, okay, voting's today. And when my mama would come pick me up from school, she would pick me up and we would go down. I got to stop and vote, baby. And we would vote. You know, she would vote or whatever. And she said, stand right outside here. She'd go in there and draw that curtain. You know, have to draw that curtain. So I'm saying all that to say I've always been very politically involved. My mother was always, it didn't matter if they was changing the color of the stripes in the road. Mama was gonna know about it, and she was gonna know who was behind it, and is that gonna benefit her or whatever. And if it wasn't gonna benefit her, she knew whether they voted for or against it. My mama worked a lot, so she couldn't go to the city council meetings that much. But she would also go back and read the minutes of the meetings to see what happened, who voted what for what. And then that would let her know how to vote going forward. Because these people tell you, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And you don't follow what they doing. And they may have lied to you. Because I can point to several politicians that while they were running, they said they're going to vote this, that, and another. But when you go look at their voting record, they're directly voting against what they told you they was going to do. But they're banking on you being stupid enough to not follow. And then when it's time for them to come back around and they're asking you for votes, because I kid you not, a local politician come knocking doors. This dude, no, he said he was, I remember what he told me the first time when he knocked doors. He went against everything he said. The next time he was knocking doors, let me tell you how I was at my door. Is he coming? Is he coming? Because see, the neighborhood has a text thread. So when stuff be going on, or so-and-so's in the neighborhood knocking doors. You know, so he ought to be down there in a minute. Oh, he's at my house now. Oh, so we have a text thread going. So I knew he's 2 doors down. I'm out here. Where he at? Because soon as he got there, I couldn't wait. I let him do all his little spiel. I said, you through? And then I went in. I said, now you went down there and you said you told me you was going to do all this, and another, and you're voting directly against my interests, directly. And then you come and you look in my face and have the nerve to ask me for my vote. When I tell you he turned red as a beet. That's the stuff I'm talking about. And yeah, you can't always talk directly. Now this was a local. You like when it comes to state legislation, a lot of time now you ain't gonna see them. It depends on where you at, you know. But what I'm saying is we have to hold people accountable, and I have noticed the young people are not into politics at all because they look at it as a bunch of old people who are just going to tell you anything and still at the end of the day do what they want. With Eric Mays, getting back to that, I really do believe because of his charisma and how funny he is, watch he going to make some new young people get into politics. And I'm gonna tell you this like this. I think another problem is they took government and stuff out of school. They took all of that stuff out of school. Like I'm saying, I'm not telling you to be so, but I'm into it because it affects me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, right now, we got some legislation going on about some new things that they want to put in the area. But the people who are proposing these new amenities are not really telling the taxpayers how much it's going to cost us to build the infrastructure, number one, and all this kind of thing. They're not really telling it how they're going to put that on. They're going to put that on the taxpayers. And they're already breaking our backs in several areas and wasting money. So instead of tightening up and not wasting money, they're just kind of sugarcoating, telling you all the good stuff and not telling you the ins and outs. But thankfully we have our council person around here who's decent. You know, I think she's getting older. But anyway. But if you have kids, I know it may sound crazy, But I promise you, they'll probably watch it. Put some clips of Eric Mays on. Because I'm going to tell you what happened. They sent clips to me first, just a little snippets. Like if you go on YouTube right now, you put in the best of Eric Mays. E-R-I-C, Eric Mays, M-A-Y-S. He's in Flint, Michigan. If you put that in and you look at some of those clips and the stuff he be saying, am I saying he's always, well, no, in the clips, when they show the clips, he's rightfully getting these people behind because they're doing stuff that they have no business doing. You can just tell that some people were never raised around a diverse group of people. You were only raised around people like you. That's why when people go, because see, I keep trying to tell, here lately it's been more, you know, white people gravitating towards me for some reason. They're good people. But I have to verse them on it. Black folk got a code. You doing too much. And they think I'm crazy because you're doing too much. The way you interact, be careful, watch your mouth. The stuff you say to your people ain't what you can say to my people, usually. Now, you got some, I'll let you talk to them sideways. But see, I'm foolish. You know, just like the woman said on Instagram last night. These underhanded comments. See, you forget that I'm just as foolish as you. You know what I'm saying? Eric May said all the time, yeah, Michelle Obama, when they go low, you go high. I love you, Michelle. And you have a lot of class. And you're a classy woman. And a lot of the things that you say are absolutely true. Like what she said about natural hair, that America was not ready for a first lady with natural hair. I believe she was absolutely right. Had she had natural hair, I don't believe Barack Obama would have won. I'm just telling you. She wouldn't have won, period. You see what I'm saying? But this, when they go low, you go high. Baby, because that's showing that that's not work. These people is in the federal government. They going up under the ground with the stuff. Like, they going so low. Snakes couldn't get as low as they going. You know what I'm saying? They're undermining stuff to go as low as they. No. And Eric May said, when they go low, I go lower. When you say something about me, I'm going to say something about you 5 times. You going to say one something, I'm going to say 5 something. See, sometimes that's how you have to do people. And you shouldn't have to do people like that, but see, I've experienced, you have to get people up off of you. You really do. Sometimes you have to get people up off of you. Because some people act like they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's just like some children, you have children that you can tell them, okay, Bobby, sit down, and Bobby will sit down. But then you got Incarnatia over here. She won't get no act right. You have to get her legs to get her together. She don't understand. Sit down, she start running. She do the opposite of everything you say. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you got people like that, too. They go all the way through adulthood, and nobody has corrected them. And I'm finding that more and more. These grown adults, nobody's corrected you. Where did you grow up? Because my mother would get me together. My mama didn't care in the store, anywhere. I mean, and the killing part is, my mama was mild compared to her first cousins. Like my cousin's mama. I'm talking about, one of my cousins' mamas had got so cold with it, she could slip her shoe off and you wouldn't even know she had that shoe off in the middle of the store. I mean, she had a move. It was so smooth, and next thing you know, she'll be beating the hell out of my cousin with her shoe. And I'm like, how did she take this shoe off? I've been standing here watching her the whole time. When did this shoe come off? You know what I'm saying? But I will admit, my cousins were more unruly than me. I'm foolish, but how can I put it? As a child, I was the child that stood there and watched. I would watch as stuff would go on, and I think that's what some of it is. A lot of my cousins are older than me, so I would watch them get towed down in the store, and I would learn, okay, let's not do that. Because, and then I also had an embarrassment factor. I didn't like getting whooped in public. I got whooped in public. I hope none of the people that still living that saw me get whooped in the store in public. I done been pinched in public. I done been slapped in public. I had an embarrassment factor too. Because I know when my mama was beating me, I was going to fall out and be hollering, and I didn't want nobody to see me like that. So I would look at my cousins and be like, what do I do to prevent, okay, knocking stuff off the shelves? Check, don't do that. touching stuff and breaking it. Don't do that. Running in the street, about to get hit by cars. Don't do that. You know, so I was always taking notes, you know. And like I said, I used to do stuff because I used to get towed up. I would get beside myself from time to time, but nowhere near as much as my cousin. So I'm saying that to say, I think a lot of this politics to where you sit in here and you be calm and civil and all of this, no. Sometimes you got to move some furniture. Y'all watch some of this in Uganda. Or Uganda is one, but it was another country in Africa. Moving furniture. I don't know if it was Nigeria or what. I'm talking about they were throwing chairs and fans and everything. Like, it just went to a whole nother level. Like, that's how serious these people are. Now, I'm not saying you should be doing all that. It depends. Because I know some people going to be like, no, you should never, Because I hate to say it, in America, America don't pass legislation till we tear something up. You can say, look, history has proven it. When Martin Luther King got killed and the riots happened in was it 8 major cities? They was rioting. What happened? Lyndon Baines Johnson show said, one of the most, and I'll have you to know, a Texan, one of the most racist. Trust me when I tell you, he didn't give a fat rat about black folks. But when he seen them tearing up all them cities, he said, they about to tear the whole country down. Okay, let's pass something to get them to be quiet. That's the only thing they understand. See, in the Constitution, what do they tell you? Property. Property is what's valuable. Y'all wonder why I'm hustling, scuffling, fussing, trying to get pieces of land here, there, and everywhere. Every time they tear a house down, every time I'm trying to figure out who owned that, how much they want for it. Because property. When in Rome, let me explain something to you. As a Pan-African, I don't believe in technically owning the land. Africans, if you go back far, they don't really believe in that. Because you're a steward of the land. You take care of it. You nurture it because it nurtures you. Y'all forgive me. Something crawling across the lens. Look how this stuff just be crawling across. But anyway, you nurture the land. You're a steward of the land. You know what I'm saying? You don't abuse the land. That's why all of this stuff they do in America that's tearing up the earth, I don't agree with. Because naturally, my ancestors have let me know that's not the way. Okay, keep on. Y'all just keep destroying the earth. And you think it's already been here all these years. And you just just tearing it up faster and faster and faster. You know what I'm saying? You just, okay, keep on. However, when in Rome, because right now I'm in Rome. When in Rome, as the saying go, you do as the Romans do. In America, they believe in owning stuff. That's what they do. Run over here, steal everything from the Native American. Native Americans don't believe in really owning the land. They were nomadic peoples, a lot of them. Not all of them. A lot of them were nomadic. But they believed in being stewards of the land and taking care of the land. It's funny how, just like when they kill a buffalo or something, they didn't waste anything. They used everything the same way Africans did, the same way. It's funny how indigenous peoples can figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm in America, so guess what? I'm gonna own whatever I can, because the Constitution say, because see, watch this. All these laws they repealing and taking back, they gonna get down to a point where it's gonna be only the landowners. And I hope it don't get to this, but I'm preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. Who were the first people in America that could vote? Somebody raise their head and holler out to the screen, holler out where I can hear you. Landowning white men. So guess what? If you're a white man that own no land, you still couldn't vote. You let them get to where they repeal them laws all the way back to that. All these people walking around with these 1776 shirts. What you think they want to go back to 1776? That's what was in place then. Y'all better watch that. These folk walk around with these 1776 shirts. I clown their ass openly. And I tell them you're an open ass bigot to have that on. Do you even know what it means? And a lot of them don't, because they're just that ignorant because they took government out of the schools. Where am I at on time? I've been talking a long time. But I'm saying all that to say, if you have children, please turn on some clips and let your children look at some of this stuff. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. I'm sure Barack Obama mama didn't have no idea that he was going to end up being president of the United States of America. I'm almost positive. I know his grandmama didn't, because he said his grandmama was racist. So what I'm saying is, you never know who or what your child may be. It's your job as a parent to expose them to as much as you can that's not harmful to them. And that's, you as a parent have to gauge what is and what is not harmful. For instance, I don't recommend you give your 2-year-old malt liquor. Just, you know, I don't recommend grown folk drink malt liquor. It ain't healthy for you. It is what it is. But I ain't saying nothing wrong with wine, you know, different things like that. But I'm talking about malt liquor, this stuff that y'all know where they sell it. They only sell it in the hood. That stuff is the reason why they sell it in the hood. We'll get on that. That's a whole nother conversation. Maybe we'll say that for another greenhouse chat. But what I'm saying is, we got a new generation coming, people, and I know y'all don't want me preaching to y'all, but I'm just here to tell you, because see, I think I may have to get politically involved here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you wait around and you say, oh, well, somebody ought to do something. I get tired of seeing somebody ought to do something. But maybe I'm supposed to be to somebody. Hell, I keep thinking up stuff and ain't nobody doing it. I keep making mention and ain't nobody moving. I ain't got all day. So I'm saying that to say, y'all turn on some Eric Mays. Hey, he may influence you to get involved locally where you are. You never know. Maybe it goes down at your city council meetings the way it go down at these Flint city council meetings. I have no clue, but shout out to Flint, Michigan, because it's going down at the, I'm watching the meetings almost like when they had a live, they go live and show you the meetings, but they all on YouTube. You don't have to watch the full meetings either. You can just watch clips. But they would talk about Eric Mays. It's some more people on that council that's a fool. It goes that you have to see the whole dynamic, and I'm telling you, I think when people start seeing that local political arena and start realizing how many ramifications, I think more people that ought to be in politics will get into it, and maybe it'll run the people who ought not be in politics out. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna water all this stuff in, and I'm gonna, as I walk back up to the front of the house, I'm gonna film another video and give y'all a walk around and show y'all how stuff is looking. But until next time, see you guys later.